Howdy, and welcome to the Choose a Happy Day show, a podcast for women who want to up-level their life, manifest those dreams, and just live happier. If you have vision boards, love energy work, are into psychics, and feel you are meant for something more in this life, then this show is for you. Hi, I'm Lorraine Toth, an award-winning filmmaker, author, Reiki master, photographer, and creative genius who also loves to vision board. And I am here to bring you all of the tips and tricks to help you up-level your life. Now let's go and hop on that happy train.
All right, so welcome back to the Choose a Happy Day show. My name is Lorraine Toth, and today we have a brand new guest, Anjali. Woo, woo, woo. So Anjali, I met at Pellet. You were the moderator, facilitator for a Pro Talk.
Yes.
And she said a Buddhist kind of quote and mention, and I was like, she speaks my language. I need her on the show. And you agreed. So
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yes.
So can you just tell the audience what you do and all that good stuff?
Sure, I would love that. And thank you for inviting me.
Oh, of course.
I'm so glad to be here.
Uh-huh.
And, huge hello to your audience, everybody who's
Yay.
listening. Hi.
Listening and watching.
Listening and watching.
Yes.
Yes, this is exciting. So my name is Anjali Mehta. And I am a certified conscious life and parenting coach from Dr. Shefali Sabari's Institute.
Okay.
Dr. Shefali is amazing. She is Oprah's top parenting expert.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Wow.
and multiple times New York Times bestseller. So she's amazing, and I have learned so much from her. And in my journey of healing and spirituality, she's my only guru.
So basically, anyone listening, if you're looking in life for those aha moments and you're wanting to lean into your authenticity or maybe your queen energy, this podcast is for you. I had a pre-interview with you, and there were just so many aha, like light bulb moments for me. So I'm excited. Like, let's help the audience, right?
Yes, totally. Let's do this.
Let's do
I'm
this.
Excited. Yes, let's do this.
All right. So I feel like they need to hear your story before we go into how you can help. How did you even get here? How do you do this?
Wow. Many reasons, life is such, like it, those are the milestones.
Yes.
But I would say one thing that awakened me truly, two things I would say. One is I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder before my daughter was born. I have an 18-year-old beautiful daughter, but so around 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, Hashimoto's, and I was 100-pound heavier. I lost 100 pounds. Yes.
Wow.
So, but I was bedridden, and doctors would, weren't. I mean, I have great respect for doctors, but then they just told me that's what is my life is going to be. I will be bedridden, and I had so much brain fog. I couldn't think clearly, and I felt very low, depressed, stuck, feeling very suffocated, stifled. So didn't know where to look, but then I knew that our bodies are miraculous.
Yeah.
And I knew there is a way out of it, and I'm living it now.
Yes.
And so conscious eating, conscious movement became a part of my journey. But it's very hard to do anything consciously if you are not really aligned truly to who you are.
Okay. Yes.
Because if you are very anxious, you're living a very anxious life, you're not really living with awareness.
Okay. And you're living in the future, right?
And you're living in the future.
Right.
You're not living in the present moment. And so that's where it started.
Okay.
But then it really, when my daughter came along, I was just very clear. I don't want to be a parent who's ill, because I grew up around a parent like, my mother who I mean, I love her, but she was very ill. She had a lot of health issues. So then I I kind of became a parent to her. It's called, you become, you're overly parentified.
Yes.
So then you don't have a childhood.
And you didn't want to do that to your daughter.
No, I didn't want to do that to my daughter. So she catapulted me into my evolution.
Oh, and for those of you listening who can't see her, Anjali is like in awesome shape. When I met you, your arms, your biceps and triceps, I was just like drooling over them. She's got a really rockin' bod, like awesome defined arms, and she's very much in shape and very much vibrant energy. Yes. So you overcame that and lost 100 pounds. So,
yes.
Wow.
Yes. And it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't do the conscious work that I did now. So it started with how I can be a conscious parent. And little did I know that in my work that I thought that, because every book out there is about fixing the child. Yes. But then I didn't know that I will be reparenting myself, learning about, rediscovering my own true self and healing my own inner tapestry entirely. And it's been a long journey, a lot of trial and tribulation, but I cannot tell you the joy I feel. Like it's not an extra tool that I have to carry with me. It just goes with me.
Yes, you are that.
I am that. I am love, I am joy, but I did not know this 9 years ago then. And I was always seeking love and validation and joy and healing on the outside. Yes. But then we have it all within us. That is what I learned. Wisdom, healing, joy, everything we need is within us. And that's what conscious living, when you live consciously,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
All right.
It gives you that. Yes.
And that's what we're going to help them with today, right?
Yes.
Because, yes.
Totally. Let's explore.
Let's explore. All right.
Yes.
So I have a list of questions for you. So basically, when we did our pre-talk, you spoke of form and formlessness and living authentic and without the baggage and the heaviness. And, you were using the analogies of what, mask or how do you present yourself and all of that and authentic and all of that. So can you speak on that and maybe give them a question they can ask themselves, right, in regards to the form and formlessness?
Yeah, sure. So so in my work, the premise of my work is that we bring the Eastern mysticism, principles of Buddhism, and Western psychology together.
Okay.
And so what it does is it tells you that it shows you that how everything we need is in this moment. And we are not just the form. The form is the body.
Okay, so we're not just the body.
Not just the body, not just the physical body. We're not just the car we have, the zip code, the house we own, so we are not just the form. You're also the formless.
So is that your spirit?
It's your spirit. It's your essence. Is who you truly are. And who you truly are is that you are directly connected to the divine. No matter what you call you don't have to be religious. To believe in that. Yeah. Anything you call it, source, divine, you are the direct seed.
Yes.
A flower, a seed of that. And then when you are that, you're always worthy. You are always enough.
Yes.
Because all of this battle that we have at the level of form, am I worthy? Am I enough? Right? It is all at the level of the form. We get worried about the wrinkle and the Botox and my body. I lost the job. My children don't listen to me. Am I a good enough mom? I think if you have a lot of women listeners,
yes, the mom guilt is huge, right?
The mom guilt is huge, and it also comes from how we were raised, right? Because we were raised with a checklist. Yes. The messaging was very clear: you need to be a good girl, right? You need to be a good girl, and then you need to be. So now, because you were told that you need to be a good girl. To be able to get the love, it was not flowing unconditionally, right? So now you carry that with you, and you want to be a perfect mom now. Am I a good mom? Am I a good wife? Am I a good here? Am I a good neighbor? Am I a good friend? And that baggage of good and perfection is too heavy.
Oh, so does that also convey into relationships? So maybe there's a woman dating and she's like, I have to be the good girl, so she's over giving in a relationship. Is
Absolutely.
that part of it too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because okay, I'll answer this. When we're little, we depend so much on our parents. You
Right.
know, we for our physical needs, for our emotional needs. That when we think that when I'm being myself, who I am, right? I'm naughty. I'm not good at math. I cannot get A grades. You know, or I'm not as social. I'm not as outgoing. So when I'm that, I don't get the love.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So, but when I do what my parents want me to do, then I get the love.
Okay.
Right. And then it flows. So the love is coming to me conditionally, not unconditionally. So that's the messaging. And so now back to,
and that's how it flows into relationships and future.
Absolutely.
Because we have a lot of single listeners, females. So
okay. So I'm going to tell you this because if that is what the messaging you had, right? So that voice is in your head. You could be 20, 25, right? But if that's the voice you had, that was the voice of your childhood.
Okay.
Those are the voices around you. Those voices don't go anywhere. Those are the voices in our heads, and any relationship that we get into, right? Then we become, because if as a child you had to become a people pleaser, right? If you had to be, you know, a class clown, or you have to be a diva, right? Whatever role you took, you know, to be able to survive. Now you're just surviving. As a child, now that role, that mask, now goes with you.
Okay.
Wherever
that
you
pattern,
go.
right?
That pattern goes with you. We're living a pattern. We're not living a life till we awaken.
So is there a question that maybe our listeners, I always use the example of this person, Amy, you know, is there an example Amy can ask her, you know, to herself, like, what pattern am I living? Is that how she reflects?
So I would say we will, that reflects everywhere, like in our conversations, in our thoughts, in the clothes we're wearing, you know, in the, you know, the car I'm driving, the job I have, you know, and how am I with people? Is it aligned to truly who I am? You know, am I saying yes when I want to say no?
Oh, yes. We all know that. We all have that invite, right? With girlfriends out for drinks and you just want to be home on the couch, but you say yes out of guilt. Is that?
Yes.
And you really want to say no? Is that what you
It's
mean?
not the guilt, is the mask is so strong, right? That if you know that you're going to say no, because when you said no as a child, you didn't get the love. So now that's your internal messaging.
Okay.
So you're saying that every time I say no, I don't get the love. I don't get, you know, so I don't get seen. I'm made to feel that I don't belong.
Okay.
So now you're so scared to say the no. That you're going to say yes to everything. You're burnt out. You're at, you know, in your workspace, you're burnt out. You are in your, you know, in a relationship, right? You can't say no to your children. You can't say no to your spouse. You can't say no to your friends because you have to see what was your mask. What mask did you have to wear as a child to be able to survive? And that's the mask you have now.
Wow.
Right.
So there's an aha moment for our audience, right?
Yeah. I can show you what the mask I wore.
Yes. And I would love to. I love giving examples.
Yeah. So I'll give you my own example because I know most women wear that mask.
Okay.
Because the way we're raised, the cultural messaging, we wear the mask of the rescuer.
Oh, yes.
And savior. Fixer.
Yeah.
People pleaser.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm sure most women can identify with all those.
Yeah. So I'm going to, so if, like you said, Amy, so if I was speaking to Amy, I would tell Amy to ask herself that which of these masks am I wearing?
Okay.
And some of us are also overachievers.
Okay.
You know, we are overachieving as well. We are overachieving as well because we cannot stop doing, you know, and it's not because we are happy doing what we're doing. It's not that we are happy to make that extra meal and go to that one extra meeting, one extra party, one extra picnic to make, you know, an extra birthday cake for my child, a child's birthday party. No, we're not happy doing it. If we think we are, we have to really check with ourselves because I think often, now that I think I know the amount of people that I've, you know, stories I've listened to and work with, I can tell you most of us are doing it out of anxiety.
So it might be the mom who's just has her kids signed up for 5 activities after school and personally makes the cakes and does all the things, right? And the laundry and everything.
Yes.
Is that the overachiever kind
yes,
of person?
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to ask that mom, if she's listening, why is she doing it?
Oh, and it might tie back to childhood.
Because she's trying to, the labels that are given to us, right? So her identity, herself, and her worth is so attached to that label of being a perfect mom. So if my child isn't doing well in whatever your identity is attached to, could be qualification, could be, are their clothes clean, are their shoes clean, are they taking a bath, you know, anything that comes out of mouth, is my child eating 3 meals a day,
right?
You know, so the poor moms are like really cooking like breakfast, gourmet meal in the morning, and the child is saying, I'm not hungry. The morning, like the breakfast battles, and then you know, the mom is saying, no, you must eat. She's not saying that just because she wants a child to enjoy the pancake. Of course, that's one of the reasons, but she's primarily thinking that if that doesn't happen, then there is a story attached to it. If that doesn't happen, which means my child, I will be seen as a not good enough mom.
Because I didn't feed my child properly.
I didn't feed my child properly, or my child is not going, you know, or my child would fail. The fear of failure. So when my child fails, that is a straight reflection, direct reflection on, you know, on me that I'm not a good enough mom.
Okay.
And that comes from back to the childhood.
Yes.
You know, because if I didn't do XYZ things, I was not seen as a good enough child.
Okay. Yeah.
So our worth is attached. So that's back to the form question. So it's all at the form.
Okay.
At the form level, we are because that's where, you know, when we are kids, we are severed. We split from our authentic self, because, you know, it comes at the cost of love. You know,
it's so sad. Yeah,
it is so sad, right? So then now I'm attached to, so I will do everything, and you know, there is a lot of anxiety in our children, you know, so now we're living with that anxiety because I must become a good enough child, so I get the love.
Okay.
So
and then that plays out in our adult
lives. Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. Wow.
Yes.
All right. So my next question is, why are we not happy? Since this is a podcast about happiness, is it because we're looking externally for joy, or we're not in the state of being? So can you speak on that?
Yeah, sure. I would say that in my own experience, again, my personal experience, and everybody that I've spoken to and worked with
and coached,
each one of us is, you know, mostly till we have done the work, or we've healed, or we're living with awareness, we are trying to look for validation and happiness externally.
Okay.
We're trying to look for wisdom externally. We're trying to look for love externally. So it's all external. And external is never in our control.
Okay.
There's only very little we can control externally. Like, because, for example, if my happiness is, you know, if my happiness is based on how my kids' grades, or what my boyfriend thinks about me, or if this man, like you said, there are a lot of single women, if this person shows up in a certain way and gives me a compliment and looks into my eyes, like, you know, romances me, then I'm going to be happy, and then I'm going to feel worthy.
Okay, yes.
Right? But if that doesn't happen, which means I'm not worthy. So it's straight back attached to, you know, our worthiness. So if things don't go my way on a certain day, then I'm unhappy.
Yes.
But if things go my way, if it rains because I wanted it to rain, so now I'm happy.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And if it rains when I didn't want it to rain, now I'm unhappy. Right? So the happiness, when it's based on external, you know, factors and circumstances in our lives, you basically are,
you have no control.
Yeah, you have absolutely no control.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we can control our own internal state.
Absolutely.
Right?
So that's a state of joy.
Yes.
And that state of joy you can achieve only when you understand the formless, when you understand that I am worthy no matter what, I am enough. It doesn't make you complacent. It's not saying that no, you're not going to work on your health. It doesn't mean that you will not try help your children. It doesn't mean that you will not try to work, educate yourself. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is that this is all external.
Okay, yes.
At the form level, but at the level of formlessness, no matter what somebody says to you, no matter if your child says I hate you.
Yes.
You're not a good mom. Or your boyfriend says, I don't want to be, I don't want us to be together anymore, right? Now, if that is so attached to your worth, now you're feeling worthless. Right? If your child says you're not a good enough mom, you believe it.
Right.
You believe it. And if somebody leaves you or you get fired, you believe that you're not good enough. Or I'm saying that your formlessness, so in this dimension that we're living, right? This way, I call it a matrix, right?
Yes.
So in this matrix, it's a very form-based world. And we're not crazy to be anxious. How can you not be anxious because grades is all people see?
Grades and traffic and money and
money, where you live, what car you drive. So I'm not saying that we don't have to live in this matrix. We do.
Right.
But to understand that there is another side to us which is always worthy. And that keeps us steadfast.
And that's how they can live in a state of joy and happiness.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's how. Like if you were to look at this, many celebrities we know, right?
Yes.
Robin Williams, right?
Yes.
So many celebrities, right? Why do you think they did? It's so sad what happened to them. That if they took their lives, right? Or they were so depressed, or we see so many children around us, they're taking their lives, they're so depressed. Why do you think that is? And why I say give an example of somebody famous, because at the form level,
everything looks perfect.
Everything looks perfect.
The money, the fame,
absolutely. Money, looks, fame, cars, whatever you want, it looks abundant, right? So everything is fine till everything is going well, right? But the moment life throws a curveball, somebody says something, we get triggered, or it reminds us of something that happened in the past, and it takes us, and we hit the rock bottom for whatever reasons, right? Right? We still have the money, we still have the name, we still have the fame, we have everything. But deep, deep, deep inside, we have so much anxiety that we just don't know. Like, we can't sit with ourselves, right? We're panicking, right? So at the form level, we all work. But the level of formlessness, a reminder that you're worthy no matter what. You're worthy. Your boyfriend dumps you. I don't even like the word. Nobody can really ever reject you.
Yes.
True. Nobody can truly, because if you honor yourself, if you love yourself, you fill your cup of love yourself first.
Yes.
Through self-care, through alignment, taking a rest, saying no when you want to say no, and not saying yes, saying yes, taking space, being bold, right? Or just being quiet, whatever aligns to you, right? When you're aligned to yourself, now if somebody leaves, you say, you know what? That's okay. That's their life. That was their choice. It has nothing, you may take a feedback, here and there. Okay, I could have done better here and there, but it's not attached to your worth.
Right. You're still worthy, and it just wasn't the best fit. You can truly move on and be like, oh,
you just move
there's
on.
Something better out there.
Absolutely.
Right? All right, ladies. So there you go.
And then you're not looking for a closure.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're not doing the merry-go-round relationship and going back and back and back and trying to get that validation, right?
Yes. You're just trying to see, maybe can I get a closure? Most people I see from their parents, from their spouses, from their from their boyfriends, girlfriends, they're just going back to get a closure when things don't work out, right? We don't need to go anywhere to get the closure.
Isn't the closure within?
It's a closure within. Because we have to understand that that it was not for me. It is not. We're going out to look for closure because our worth is still attached. We're still looking for validation.
Okay.
We're still trying to wait for them to say something that sounds like a closure, that, we were fine, maybe. So we just stay in that rut, in that spiral. So, but when you work on the formless,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That is going to help so many women. I just know it. I love that. Okay, light bulb moment there.
Yes.
So we're going to call that, ladies. Talking about masks was my next question, which she brought some masks for those of you listening.
Sure.
Do we want to show those on YouTube?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so she's getting masks. They're like white masks that you can draw on, I guess?
Yes, you can draw on. I use them in my workshops
Okay.
as well. So I would write here the mask that I wore. I don't wear that mask anymore.
Uh-huh.
So
she's writing on a white mask her past word, right? People
pleaser.
She's writing on the mask for those of you listening. So she's writing on the top of the mask the word people pleaser.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was my mask.
Oh.
This
Okay.
was my mask as I mentioned. As a child.
Okay.
I had to become a people pleaser because the environment in my house was such, you know, or even just as a culture. I think most women get this messaging.
Yes, the people pleaser.
The people pleaser. So you have to please people. You should speak softly. You should sit a certain way. You should not, so we're not raising autonomous kids. You know, we're not really just trying to raise autonomous, especially, I wouldn't say it's just with girls. I think it's with boys as well. We tell the boys when they're little, don't cry.
Right.
Girls,
you know,
you be tough.
Yeah.
Don't cry. You're fine.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and that's why the problem we have, you know, in the world right now, that men don't express their feelings, and the wives or the boyfriend, you know, the wives or the girlfriends, they're all often wondering, why is that my husband not expressing himself?
Because he was taught that as a child.
I taught that as a child, right? Just to have compassion there, to have compassion for any males in your lives, you know, male figures in your lives, because they were not taught to express.
So what is your mask now?
I don't have a mask.
She doesn't have a mask, everyone.
Yes.
So there is no longer a mask.
No.
Wow.
It has been 9 years of unmasking, unlayering, and I'm not going to lie, it's not an easy path.
Yes.
Because that tunnel, I mean, there is so much darkness in our life anyways, right? And the tunnel that we see that can take us to liberation, to true liberation, it is dark.
Yes.
Because you will now have to look at yourself.
Oh,
yes. Living with awareness would mean now you can't play the victim anymore. You can't blame anybody anymore. You have to own your own co-creation. How I stayed in abusive marriage.
Yes.
Right. How I stayed in this abusive relationship, right? How I allowed people to speak to me like that, me like that, because I didn't have the ability to create boundaries.
I love that. So owning it up and accepting responsibility, but then it also gives you the opportunity to change it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's awareness. When I say consciousness, I'm a conscious life and parenting coach. What does that mean? Consciousness means living with awareness. Live with awareness that I cannot, this is my life. I am a sovereign spirit.
Okay.
And to be aware of what labels I'm wearing, right? Yeah. And what aligns to me.
Okay.
Why do I have this label? Why do I have this thought? Why do I have a label of, why do I need that label of a perfect mom?
Yeah.
You know, so again, back to that tunnel. So it's about acceptance, you know, that I co-created this, not just to make yourself feel bad, you know, not about taking you into the spiral of guilt or shame. It's not about that. It's about just understanding, you know, that this is where I am.
Okay.
Why am I here? My childhood messaging.
And how do I get out of it?
And how do I get, as that's where I come in.
Oh.
So how do I get out of it is the work. And the tunnel is very dark because it's the unknown.
Yeah.
Because even if it's, and another thing about relationships, that even if our relationships are abusive or not pleasant or whatever it looks like, right? It's not aligned to you. I would just put it like that, right? You know why we stay there?
Why?
Even when we're miserable, we are suffering, we stay because it's familiar.
I was going to say, are you, and you're also worried there might not be anything better out there, kind of, right? You're familiar with it.
Yeah, you're familiar. So the familiar, because that's your pattern, because you understand, okay, if this person in my relationship speaks to me this way, makes me feel this way, now I am going to be miserable. I'm going to cry. I'm going to eat a tub of ice cream, have a pizza, speak to a girlfriend, binge watch Netflix, and then I will be okay. Understand? So you cope. So, but you're at least familiar, right? But I'm telling you that there is true liberation. You don't have to live like that. But that tunnel that can take you to true liberation, that tunnel is scary.
Okay. Yeah.
But interestingly, the moment you enter the tunnel, once you start walking that tunnel, right, then it becomes shorter and shorter. And then there is light and liberation on the other side. There is true liberation. There is true joy that is not dependent upon the external factors.
Yeah.
You carry that joy. You become love. You don't seek love anymore. You become love.
Okay, so we need to break that down for a lot of listeners, I'm sure, because there's a lot of single women listening, and they place their validity on being in a relationship. But if that guy says to you, "Hey, I don't want to be in a relationship with you," or "I don't want to get married," you're valid. You're not needing that, right? To be worthy, you are worthy, and you can walk away, and you don't have to stay and settle.
Yes.
Right. Oh gosh.
Totally.
That's great.
Absolutely.
So look at your masks.
Yes, exactly. So look at your masks. Like, you don't even have to buy one. You can just go back home, or even while you're walking, you're driving. You just need to see how you can see your mask in everything you do.
Okay. Can we give them one key takeaway breakdown question that they can ask? Maybe they're driving and they don't know what mask they're wearing. How do they find out? Are they a people pleaser, or are they this?
So back to what I said, you monitor yourself. But one thing I would say is the best way to catch yourself in your mask is a pause. Okay. It's a sacred pause. Okay. Before you say yes, before you say no, anything that comes out of your mouth, create that sacred pause. Take a moment. And I can guarantee you how you're a people pleaser is you won't even be able to take that pause. Because you will have the fear of missing out.
Okay.
I must say something. Or what if they get upset with me? I must say something. Right now, you won't even be able to take that pause. You will have so much anxiety. Wow. If I were to tell you, do not answer that phone call. Do not answer that phone call that's coming from your husband, your boss, your mom, your dad, whoever is calling you. Do not answer that phone call right now. Take a pause. Take a moment to think. Think that how are you feeling in this moment? Are you anxious? Am I anxious? Am I scared? Am I thinking that I want to say no? They're going to ask me about going on a vacation, right? And then I will go there. I'll have to meet this aunt who's super annoying, right? So or whatever, right? Anything in your life where you have to say yes, where you have to say no. You have to really take that pause to see that my response, is it really aligned to me? Okay. If I say yes, how does it serve me? If I say no, how does it serve me?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Is it aligned to me? Do I have the time? Right?
Do I want to be there?
Do I want to be there? Right? Do I want to be there? Do I want that extra drink? In a social setup, sometimes we just drink because our friends are drinking. Yeah. Right? It's not that we enjoy being there, right? We're just there because we want to fit in.
Yes.
Right? Because we have the anxiety, if I don't fit in, if I'm not there, then I don't belong anywhere. And all I'm trying to tell you is you belong right here.
Oh, you are worthy.
You are worthy. No matter what, you are worthy.
I love it. All right. So for our last question, it was, we are going to give you an affirmation, right?
Yes.
That they can actually do. So, and she went over this with me. It's beautiful. So if you're driving or walking or at the gym, this is a great thing to listen to, right? It's an affirmation.
Yes, it is. So
okay.
Will it be okay? It's on my phone. Can I access it? Yes. Okay.
Thank you. All right. So she's putting her mask away. She's getting her affirmation.
I have put that mask away forever now.
I'll rephrase that. She put it on the old mask.
It shows up from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the regurgitation happens, but you catch it.
You do, and you can shut down much
Yes,
quicker.
Absolutely. Pause. The sacred pause.
The sacred pause.
Yes, take the sacred pause. Okay.
All right, so for those, listening or driving or watching, is this something they can do any time of the day, or does it have to be in the morning?
Anytime.
Okay.
No, anytime. Do it as many times as you want. Especially if you're feeling anxious, or you just said no to somebody, or somebody said no to you.
Yeah.
Right? Any moment of anxiety.
Okay.
Right? So this is my chant. This is my mantra. This is how I stay in my queen energy.
Oh, okay. So queen energy, here we come. All right, yes. I'm ready.
Okay.
Do we have to say it with you?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's do it together. So this is where we begin the affirmation. Okay. Let's say, I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am not these labels.
I am not these labels.
I am an essence.
I am an essence.
I am a sovereign spirit.
I am a sovereign spirit.
I have my own unique tune.
I have my own unique tune.
My soul has its own unique signature.
My soul has its own unique signature.
I have my own vibe.
I have my own vibe.
I own it.
I own it.
I will dance to my own tune.
I will dance to my own tune.
I am a throbbing spirit.
I am a throbbing spirit.
I am not my height.
I am not my height.
My qualification.
My qualification.
My relationships.
My relationships.
Mom.
Mom.
Wife.
Wife.
Daughter.
Daughter.
CEO.
CEO.
Shy.
Shy.
Loud.
Loud.
Whatever these labels are.
Whatever these labels are.
I'm not these labels.
I am not these labels.
I am beyond that.
I am beyond that.
I'm on this planet.
I am on this planet
to evolve.
To evolve.
To grow.
To grow.
To discover.
To discover.
My true self.
My true self.
And live in alignment with it.
And live in alignment with it.
To not seek love.
To not seek love.
But to be love.
But to be love.
Yes.
I love that ending. Is that the end?
Yes.
Okay,
that is the end. Yes.
All right. So they can go back and listen to that if they're feeling anxious or just having a day like, oh.
Trust me, we have so many moments in a day.
You're going to need a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends on how much work we've done on ourselves, right? Yeah. We have, like, just yesterday, I was having this massive moment of anxiety. And I said this to myself. And as I was saying it to myself, I wrote it down. I was like, this will be so amazing to share with your listeners.
Yeah.
Yes, those amazing women who are listening, whoever is listening. Yes, whoever is listening, you all are amazing. You all are worthy. You do not need to read another book, attain another qualification, be skinnier, have a boyfriend, or get another car to be worthy. You are worthy. Now you live in the world, step into the world with that energy.
Yes.
And now you will fail. It's okay. We all fail. It's not a big deal. You will be rejected. Like I said, nobody can really reject you. Right. But because if you honor and respect yourself and you accept yourself for who you are, now that rejection is just very, okay. Meh, you didn't like me. That's fine.
All right.
Yes,
next.
fine. Yes. I'm still vibing.
Thank you. Next. Just like
I'm still vibing in my queen's energy. Yes,
all right.
Absolutely. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, so the only other thing is, how can they work with you? What can they work with you one-on-one? Is it in person? Is it remote? How can you help them?
In every way possible, whatever is available.
So all of that you do.
I do house visits as well.
Oh.
Like if there is a family coaching, one-on-one, remote, online. Also, I do workshops. So then you can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
elevate_with_Anjali, and my website is www.elevatewithanjali.com.
Oh, elevatewithanjali.com. I will link that in the show notes. You guys can just click it and go to her.
Yes. So yeah, they can find me there. They can find me on Facebook with my full name, Anjali Mehta.
Okay.
So so they can find me there on, and like I said, I'm planning a few workshops in the near future.
Okay.
For women, for men, for parents, aspiring parents.
Okay.
Because I think we always prepare once for financially and so many other ways when our children come into our lives. And that's why our life becomes so rocky. So we need to prepare emotionally, spiritually. We need to heal ourselves before we bring not just children, before we bring any partner in our lives. So we can choose the right partners. So we're not falling into the same pattern. And then we wonder, this boyfriend looked different from the last one, had a different job, was from a different country, but it just feels like the same experience.
So it's not Groundhog Day with dating.
Yes.
So you can help that person look inward and figure out, this is why you're attracting this kind of person, this guy.
Totally. So we break the pattern because these patterns are generational.
Yes.
It is not just coming from you.
Okay.
Your parents were raised that way. Their parents were raised that way. So it is intergenerational. It is not just coming from you, right?
So many single ladies I know. All right.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. So
look her up, Anjali. Thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you, Lauren. Yes.
And thank you for that
pleasure.
affirmation.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to go home and do that later. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone. And remember, happiness is a choice. So choose a happy day. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. To stay connected to me, please visit my website at chooseahappyday.com. And at the bottom, just sign up for my email list to be notified of any upcoming events, book launches, as well as new podcasts. Until next time, have a happy day.